Howdy again. Sorry about that, but that was that doctor's office, and I didn't know how long it was going to take. That could have took 5 minutes, or it could have took an hour. Jordan, good Lord, you you real night owl tonight, huh, Johnny? Jordan, how you doing? Well, it's wet and cold and rainy and nasty here. Oh, just mean as ever, Jordan. Well, temperature is it's not all that bad. It's 62, but it's just wet. Well, has anybody got anything exciting they're gonna do today? Man, you going into summertime too, I thought. No, we're gonna stay on here about 3 hours. Oh, what'd you do yesterday? Ooh, that sounds good. 69, 70s. You know, it's funny. Oh, bang bang derby. I had a little of that was funny the other day, Cookie. We've had some. It's been about 10 miles from me, but some lady had a whole wad of damn cats, and they picked them things up. Three of them tested for rabies, tested positive. So we've been sort of watching. If there's any of the wildcats coming around here, well, we sort of put them on their way. And I had shot at one, and come back, and I had another one show up, and they're scraggly looking. You can tell they ain't wildcat. And I grabbed that 380 again and popped a couple rounds off. And my buddy was calling me on the phone and says, "Hey, what's going on? I need to bring my rifle." But I believe there's more women watch the cop shows and the paranormals and all that than men do, seem like. Are you like me, Janice? Are you on them shows? If I pick a good book up that I'm really into, I just won't put it down. I'll look up maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. I ain't done that in a while though. Well, I guess Rocky's gonna stay down on this one. On the first time I popped up, he had to get right in the middle of everything. Yeah, I like to. I don't really like reading off a computer or one of those notebooks. I like the books. And living in an RV, that's not good. They take a lot of room up. Yeah, I'm sort of that way too. I'm into American history. Yeah, well, he got it, little brat. He about half mad at me anyway. Last night I hemmed him up in that back bedroom and trimmed his claws, and uh, he's been puffed up ever since. It take him a day or two to get over that. That dog will pout like a little kid. Yeah, now when I was pulling RVs, well, the Flying J's had a rental deal that you could rent a book and turn it in at any Flying J, and I kept one of them things in there all the time. I got on YouTube. Somebody put a bunch of Louis L'Amour's books on there, audio book, and I never had seen them before, not for free. Anyway, I listened to several of them, and then there's they come up and they had filed a strike on that old boy and made him take them all down. That's funny. You can have one of them audio books on and you put it on, and if it's several, if you got to flip that CD, you'll be rocking along. There'll be about an hour and a half, and all of a sudden you'll hit the end of it, and it's like, damn, just put that thing on. But it does help to pass the time. Damn, always itches where you can just barely reach it. Mm. Hello, Phil. Hello, Mr. Ringo, again. Have you and Phil been running the same track, Janice? I said, have you and Phil been running the same track again? You said hello again. Oh, Phil, you into food all that much, and Janice and some of these others, y'all would have cracked up at what I ate for breakfast. Northern Exposure. I hadn't thought about them in a long time. The but I wanted something and I couldn't figure out what I wanted. I had some summer sausage in there. I fried that summer sausage and put some cheese and pickles and stuff on it. It made a hell of a good sandwich. Never had done that before. We had one live before this one. Everything was about 5 minutes long. Really? Plus, well, I can't eat the eggs, so. It's a sandwich meat that's made up in a long tube. It's pretty spicy most of the time, or the ones I get are. Janet, you know what a Slim Jim is? Okay. Bill, that's something I keep in a cabinet is the spaghetti and meatballs and the ravioli. Hello, fairy dust. Yeah, it's hard to find. You know, the old summer sausage all had peppercorns in it, and it got where you couldn't find that anymore. I finally found one brand that had the peppercorns, and that just makes it a completely different animal. I tell you what, I can't do it, but every once in a while I'll slip up. I believe that. Now this is sausage, not sausage. Hello, cruising. How you doing? Yeah, probably. Did you have salami lunch meat over there, Janice? What you been up to, Miss Sharon? Okay, well, this summer sausage is sort of like salami. It's pretty close. I got started on that hard salami. I like that. Well, the weather's been nicer if you're at home. Yeah, that's the same way I am. It's been pretty the last 2 or 3 days here. Or pretty in the afternoon. It'd be raining in the morning. 'I saw something in the store the other day I hadn't seen in a long time with liver loaf. 45 inches of rain? That's got to be a typo. 'Well, that's like jerky. There's a lot of meats that are cured out that don't require refrigeration, Janet. 45 inches of rain, you'd be on a rooftop. Good Lord. That's like the old style hams that they used to do, pork hams. They were smoked and salted. They weren't uh, refrigerated at all. Good. Mm, I bet you'd like it. Yeah, you think about it. It ain't been all that many years ago that the refrigeration wasn't around. I remember when I was a little bitty kid, they'd have here in Texas have a beef club to where you'd buy a calf, and then every week or two, well, they'd slaughter a calf, and you belong to it. One week you might get steaks, the next week you might get, ham bones, whatever. Hmm. I remember going in stores and somebody said they saw it somewhere in a store here a while back, to where the hams were just hanging up outside or hanging up in just a net. Yeah, I probably was. That's still a lot of rain, but if California got 45 inches of rain, the desert would slide off in the ocean. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And it's worth the stopping, Cookie. I've been through that. Well, you got a lot of canned meats sold that aren't, don't you, Janet? That'll wake you up, Cruiser. That's still a ton of rain. Mm. Well, we've got those too, but they've got prepackaged stuff too. I got caught in a storm one time, and it rained like 12 inches in 24 hours, and that flooded everything. Yeah, the fresh cut's usually better. A lot of time I'll just, some of these stores don't have it, do. Oh yeah, James, get out of there. I didn't see you come in, James. If you just get 4 or 5 inches in an hour or 2 hours, damn, that's enough to flood everything. Don't you know if they got that 15 inches in quartzite, that desert would be a mess. Grandma Kelly, how you doing, lady? Yeah, I've seen the flash flood before. I don't want no part of that. You got so much concrete up there, it doesn't have anywhere to go, does it, Phil? I went on a kayak trip with a guy from Michigan down here in Texas, and we'd been on the river for one day, I guess. It traveled about 25 miles below the dam, and we camped that night up on a big sandbar. We were up 3 or 4 feet, and I don't know, I just heard something that sounded different. And I walked down the edge of that river and stuck a stick in where the water was, and I went back about 5 minutes, and they'd come up a foot. And to make a long story short, we grabbed everything and started moving to higher ground. And that river come up 8 feet in about 45 minutes. And what had happened, they had opened the dam up. If I hadn't heard that thing, we'd have been floating in the tents. Yeah, it would have been the two. We picked the tents up, moved them, and everything. And the when I went back and got the kayaks, we had them staked out. I was wading knee deep water already, and it didn't take us long to move. You might need them, fair does. I'm just lucky I heard it. It's just the way the water sounded. How's Joey doing? Yeah, I was out in West Texas one time, Janice, and saw a flash flood come through. I wasn't in it, but we just sat there and watched it go from a dry riverbed to logs and everything else coming down it. We got one place here, Cookie. It's about 100 miles below me. It's only white water, really tough bleh, white water in Texas. But boy, when that river gets up, there's a billion people in kayaks in there. Anybody want to come up? Come on. Water's great, but I tell you what, you better respect it. I chewed a woman out, and I don't normally get in somebody else's business, but they pulled up to a put in, and we were fixing to go downriver, and they had like three kids, and they had all three kids in their own kayaks, little bitty kayaks, and not one of them kids had a life jacket in a kayak. And I knew that river. There were some places that it's pretty swift. And that youngest kid, I bet, wasn't 5, maybe 6 years old. Fried catfish. Oh, that was stupid. That wasn't just dangerous. I told her, I said, if you go down that river with them kids like that, I'm calling the game warden. They were not happy with me, but it might have saved one of them kids' lives. And that's something I don't do, is getting somebody else's business very much. Just not thinking, I guess, Georgia Ann. You know, Janice, the I don't know how the rivers are there, but the rivers here in Texas, it'll go from deep holes to little small rapids and stuff. But it's enough to dump a kayak. And all you got to do is dump one in shallow water and bang your head, and then you're in trouble. Well, I'll ruin you, Sharon. Sometime we need to get together, and I'll put you in one of them wood kayaks of mine. I'll ruin you. It's a lot of fun. I've built a bunch of them, and I don't know. I got about 2,000 miles sitting in a kayak. Yeah, and luck, Cookie, if you're like me, you don't have to be young to be stupid. I was on a trip. I was hunting, and it was cold. I had they pulled up to the gate to get out of there, and I had insulated coveralls on. Yeah, and it was gonna be hot driving that pickup, so I pulled them coveralls off and had the pickup running for it to get warm. So, and I got them coveralls off and sort of slipped, and I slammed that door. And when I did, I had my hand in the wrong place, and it caught just between the knuckles and the first joint, slammed in that door. And I'm like, I was cussing when I did it, and I had locked that door. Well, the door wouldn't open. I thought, well, I'd get the keys. No, then I didn't think the damn keys were in the switch. The keys were in the switch, so I didn't have any keys. So here I am in about 15-degree weather with my hand stuck in the door on a damn pickup and nobody around for 10 miles. Finally, I got I got hold of the top of that door and worked my hand up just high as I could, where it got up where it was on the window part, and I jerked on that door 3 or 4 times, and then jerked on my hand at the same time and managed to get my hand out of that damn door. So, grown folk can do some stupid stuff too. And you couldn't bend over and get something to bust the window with or something. You were sort of staked out. Sure glad one of my exes didn't drive by. Yeah, you would have been at somebody's mercy. Sharon, I used to canoe a whole lot, and I got when I decided I was going to do something else. Me and my son were in a canoe one day, and the brazos just is like a snake. It folds back on itself. And we turned the corner on that river, and we were both paddling. I looked at the bank; we were going backwards, and the wind was catching them the front and the back of that damn canoe. And I decided I was going to do something different. And then I watched some kayaks going up the river, just paddling easy in swift water, and they weren't having any trouble at all. I looked and looked and looked, and the ones I wanted were like $2,000 or $3,000. And I finally found a engineer that drew some plans up on some kayaks, and I used his plans on the bottom part of the kayak, and then the top part of the kayak is low. It won't catch any wind. It'll shed wind. It won't push the kayak. It's balanced, and so it won't push the kayak side to side. And they're just a pleasure to paddle. Fairy dust, that river that I spend some time on, it, you're talking about 440 miles. It's 457 miles to the Gulf Coast, and there's not a dam on it for that 450 miles. You gone, Grandma? I hope you have a great day and everything goes good for you. Grandma Kelly, we'll be thinking about you and Joey both. I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back. Yeah, you have a safe trip, James. Knowing you, there ain't no telling, Diane. That one stretch, I think, is what they say it was in class two, but that's only really bad stuff. And that's just when that river jumps up and down so high, it's got so many dams on it. Only thing that's dangerous about it, James, is the fact that it does fluctuate. And but you got a lot of overhanging trees and that kind of stuff, and it'll narrow up. I'd probably kill myself in them kayaks now. Used to, there was a place out there, if I just wanted to go goof off and get by myself, you could put in, but there wasn't any takeout. And one was a little short 5 mile paddle, but I'd paddle 18, 20 miles up that river and up against the current, and then turn around and paddle back down. I might paddle 30 miles in the afternoon and didn't think nothing about it. I ain't that good a shape now. Got to be the right spot, don't it, Cookie? Hey, Ray, how you getting along, man? You think you're in trouble, Fairy Dust? You think they'll take care of itself, huh, Janet? Mr. Ray, what you been up to? You just find a couple of them, you wouldn't have to worry about nothing, would you, Phil? Well, all this rain y'all getting out there in California ought to make the gold finding a whole lot better. It should have washed a bunch more down. Another day older, deeper in debt, huh? Congratulations for making it this far. I always figured them birthdays was a day to celebrate that you done beat the odds for another year. Oh, congratulations to him too, Diane. You just a mess this morning, Fairy Dust. Janice, what are they mining for? Where they're digging the houses and everything down underneath the sandstone. They're building houses down there, mining for, I don't know if it's sapphires or emeralds or what, but it's pretty interesting the way they just keep digging. Hey, sounds like it. Mm. Oh, okay. That's an interesting deal. They just live under the ground. They just, if they're mining, they just build their houses down there. That's not bad. Yeah, they were talking about how hot it was on the surface. Some of those houses are 100, 150 foot under the ground. I think they said it was sandstone. I guess I'm sort of weird. I've got a couple rings that got jade in them. I like jade. A little different. I was just watching some videos on it, Janice. Pretty interesting. Star sapphires. And I don't know a woman, or not many, that don't like diamonds. I was in Hong Kong and I'd been looking around and wanted to buy a ring and couldn't find what I wanted. And I went in there and just drew a picture of the ring I wanted with that jade in it. And a week later, came back and got it. They, pretty neat how they make those things right there. Look at see, Perry does done perked up. What was that movie? Was it Marilyn Monroe? The Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend? Yeah. No, I don't think I have. Well, folks, we've been on here about an hour, and I got a bunch of stuff I got to do today. I guess I better get off here and go to work. Hope y'all all have a good day. We'll see y'all. Hello, Carol. We fixing to go. But hello and goodbye. There you go, Janice. We'll probably see y'all later on tonight.